I'm streaming. Hey, Margo, I thought you were going on a holiday. Not next week, week after. I'll be away for 2. Having across the map of Australia superimposed over US and saw that Canberra to Adelaide is compared to Chicago to Atlanta. I'll take that. Spooky, welcome. I've already abused you even before the stream started, so that's great. Clint, Mark, Leo's here. Oh, making Sci-Fi building as the... No. Oh. Ah. Yeah, okay, let's fix that up. I remember this now. Creating a Sci-Fi vehicle. Can never spell vehicle. Car. Oh gosh. Am I streaming vertically? I should be. Anyway, whatever, Trevor. So, I should be streaming vertically. Where's my vertical stream? F5. There you are. Hello. And then I click on this. I know, like, I am the best streamer ever. Oh my gosh, catching up. If you need additional inspiration, the Rover's over on June. FBJ, welcome. I'll have to have a look. Vertex Bird, welcome. Dennis is here. Reminds me, need to get that vehicle rigging add-on. I think I've touched that add-on. Also, it's going to be interesting to see how my Blender add-on copes, because I tried to make my own add-on for something and things went bad. So, but we won't go there with that one. Let's go quickly at rigging and we'll rigify this guy. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried. I think I have to reinstall Blender 4.5. Fresh one as always, yeah. Family well. Yes, today here in Australia is Father's Day, so we had a good day. My son lost semi-finals in basketball. Oh well. And then just did stuff. A bit of Roblox with my daughter. With my daughter. Then we did some gardening. I'm waiting for this to load. Did some shopping, just stuff. Come on, Blender. I broke you, didn't I? Far out. What a start. Like I said, I broke Blender. Come on. Actually, let's put that over there. That one goes there. This one goes nowhere. We'll minimize that one. And then, where's Twitchy Boo? Goes there. Beautiful. All right, let's get back into this. And let's kind of like start smashing this puppy out. Come on. Okay. Let's go. Bring in our character. Where are we? Comfy UI. I've also been playing with AI image generation, running locally. I don't really like NVIDIA's system, where it's just kind of like text-based and it generates all the models. Now, the models generate pretty quick, which is awesome, but I would rather be able to upload an image and then do it like that. Because I'm like, make this. Okay, select you, delete. So what I'm just doing now is trying to delete the keyframes from the character. Perfect. And now let's go Control S to save, clear all that. Let's select him, select hierarchy, and we will move into a new collection called character. Beautiful. Let's bring in our picture. Shift A, image, reference, sci-fi truck. There we go. We're back to where we started like 7 minutes ago. My wife had one of those annoying coughs, so I gave her some laxatives. Worked like a treat. She was too scared to cough. So good. Oh my goodness. That is so good. Step with the Fusion I've been working. Works really well. Image to image. Yeah, nah. I really want 3D images working. This is my main goal. Night Cow, welcome. Mr. Sanson, welcome. Alright. So, we've done squad all, and it's been a few minutes. Oh, jeez. Alright, I'm just going to have to do this character. Oh, actually, let's try Control S to save. See if I can rig it with Rigify now, when I haven't combined everything. We'll just give it a moment, hope for the best. Do you watch Formula 1? Nah. Nah. Because it's normally in the middle of the night for us. Whenever there's a race. Yeah, it's always the middle of the night. I've lost interest. I have been to Monaco, though. I did want to go to Monaco purely to see the track. And I did that about 14 years ago. Yeah, I broke Blender. Okay. So we're not going to rigify the character. I'll just do it manually. Con, welcome. Hi from Australia. So yeah, Monaco's beautiful. Oh, because we rocked up, it was late at night. It was late. And so when we rocked up, I think it was probably pretty close to midnight. And as we came out of the train station, I was like, I know this. And it's the very first corner. Oops. Control C, Control Shift V. Oh, it's not even set up. Okay. Yeah. So that's where the train station was just coming out of that first corner, because I remember walking out. And you've got that like valley when you go up. And then I saw that bridge and I'm like, oh my goodness, I know where I am. And my wife was like, just shut up, let's get to the hotel. Oh, memories. So I'm just manually rigging it. Just manually posing it. I am going to have to reinstall Blender. Brussels sprout. Not happy, Jan. Okay, like this, and then pose him. Mate, you can just chill out a little bit. Oof. Ay caramba. There we go. Okay. Just trying to pose him into a nice, like, spot. Yeah, because he looks super comfy. Whatevs. I caught a fish this big. Okay, come on. Bring that in, mate. Whatevs. Not being too fast. More of a placeholder. There we go. And so what I'm going for is kind of like that cockpits area. Let's move him over to about here-ish. Just trying to get a sense of that scale. Oops, screencast key. Sorry, my bad. Tick, tick, tick. Control, select everything. Just make sure there's no keyframes. There we go. Beautiful. So, how high is he? It's pretty high, but that's fine. Let's go mesh cylinder. So these are 2 meter wheels. Scale 0.5, 1.5. There we go. So these are 1.5 meter wheels. And we'll go something like that. We're just going to once again use this for inspiration. And this is going to be maybe aim for it to be kind of like a service vehicle. That's what we're going to go for. Okay, add modifier, generate mirror. Bigger wheels. Do you have a rigged main man in the other file? Yeah. Moved on to started using Aaron. Actually, we'll bring him in a smidgen. Yeah, I think that seems all right. I use block height with 1.6 for scale. Yep. And we will change it. We sure will. Between Iron Man. Yes, I saw that one on a reel. Oh, man. My reels are getting bad. All right, let's go. So let's block all this out. Actually, what we'll do is I'm going to delete this face. And then we're just going to draw out how we want it. Let's go delete vertices. And so we're going to go maybe something like this. Up high. And then if we maybe just extend it along the y-axis. Beautiful. And what I'm going to mark out is this top section first. And what I'm thinking is that we've got this here, face scale Y0. And then we can have E F, and then that'll give us that. Okay. Bigger tires, double them, you reckon? Okay. So what I'm going to do is change it up into individual origins, scale 1.5. Scale 1.5. We blame Spooky. Let's go. Oops. Make sure we got that. Oh boy. And then let's maybe move this forward to be there. Because in between these two wheels is the entry point. Let's go with that. And like with everything, we always block out first. Okay. I'm okay with that. Because the idea will be F. Oh, stupid merge clipping. Idea will be this. Let's go merge by distance. Do I have a... Yeah, I got a face in there. Let's just clear these faces. Delete faces. Down low to... Oh, jeez. This is a monster vehicle. Monster. Abby, South Sam. Yeah, I know. Jeez, they're... I've even seen some AI do some animations around that as well. Okay, so from here, it's almost kind of like... turn clipping back on. It's almost like, well, what if we push this section up? I don't like that. Do we... Maybe we bring these back to about there. Yeah, that'll cover us. That'll cover us there. And then knife tool. Problem is I really like that shape. Just trying to think what is going to be the best way. Because we could just extrude like this. Bring that up like that. Because you have to remember we're just using that as a reference. We're not actually making what it is. Aha, that's good. And then that'll give us, yeah, almost a bit of a counter in there. Yeah, okay, okay. Undo, select that, Shift D. So we need to almost maybe extrude these down. Okay. Just trying to get that shape right. Alt D would also, yes, and I will be doing that. For now, I've just kind of thrown them in there because I don't even think we've got enough vertices to make the wheel look nice. So when we go ahead and start chopping that up, Dimitri, Tag, Alex, Carolyn, welcome. Yeah, then we'll duplicate all that across. I'd make the front side stand out a bit more, you reckon? I mean, this is the beauty around blocking. GY. That's not what I wanted, actually. What if we did... What if we did... And then see if we can line that up so it's like so. We've got this nice face plate. I'm not thrilled. Actually. Is the shape what we want? Because what does our chap look like? Our chap looks like pretty good. Are you going to the texture of the wheels like your thumbnail? How are you going to get those fuzzy edges? I don't know. We'll work that out. If you go modular on the rear, you can make the... Yes! And so I did have a think about that as we were starting, as I was looking at the image. So this bit here, we could scale by Y. And this here I can V to rip. And then it's kind of like all that becomes, we can take it off. So maybe we just create like a sport structure underneath. And then that's where all the supplementary pieces all get bolted onto. So yeah, I did think about that. Is that the shape that we like? Is the question. I don't think so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go Shift D, press M, new collection, and we're going to put this in the junk folder. And in the junk folder, I don't want to see it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to render it. So that means now we can kind of come back and have a quick play with. I do like that design. So I think we might work, let's try and work backwards. Let's get the windshield right first. Invert, delete faces. Let's get the windshield right first. So something like this. And then, can you move up here, buddy? Where is it? There it is. And then we have it coming up almost like that. from here, we have almost like this extrusion, and we have, let's go GG, that and that, but it's more like this. And then if we kind of grab that out, we're going to have some super yuck engons. But that's almost the shape that we're after. And we'll worry about the frames a little bit later. It reminds me of a 2008 A5. What, you living in the future, Terry? Hunter, welcome. World make, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so already one problem. We've got to move all this over. And I think we need to move this over. Is this two people? I think it is. Looks like it's one person. But I think we've got that shape looking nice. From here, what have we got happening? E straight down. And then it almost tucks underneath and then probably disappears into oblivion. I reckon actually it would go this way. Doesn't go that way. It doesn't go that way. Delete vertices. Start again. So maybe this will solve our problems if we just move this wheel back a bit. And then we've got scale Z0. E to extrude, and then this comes up over the wheel, which technically doesn't make much sense because the wheel will be banging on the inside. Maybe we'll fix that up a bit. Or actually, just move the wheels out a bit. There we go. Problem solved. Chris Thomas, welcome. Yeah, that looks better so far. Yeah. Love the channel, by the way. So tell me, would it be easier to stick with the image into AI and ask it to provide you an image looking straight on? I don't think so. Give it a crack. Let's see what it says. Create this one here. Style reference. I don't think it will. Actually, what we'll do, front on view. Oh my goodness, caps lock. Let's have a look. We'll see what happens. From the pics, looks like the wheelbase is wider than the 3D model. Yeah, maybe. Come back to that in a sec. I think as well that there's a bit of overhang here. But this kind of works out well because this is kind of, you know, as if we're working with a concept artist. They're like, here, you make this. And then we're like, okay. Actually, let's do that. Delete vertices. This trying to work out how am I going to connect this down. You know what, let's just move the wheels off to the side and we'll call it a day for now. I reckon these pieces here have to be at least in line with this piece. So if we have a look at that, X, I'm going to grab these and Control V. So when I press F, that all lines up. And then if we just go, whoops, GG, FF. But then what we can do here is that is stinking ugly. But I can press I to do an inset, GX, and we can pull it out like so. And so that kind of gives us this, but we can obviously play with it some more. GX. 2000 AD Galaxy Greatest Comic? I don't know. I haven't read comics for a very long time. It was never my wheel jam. Wheel jam. Do we get it? Wheel jam. Try getting side top. Yeah, let's see what this popped up. Yeah. I know it. I mean, we could do this. Let's try it. That as a concept art. Oh my goodness. As a concept art with multiple views. All right, let's see what happens. Ifran, how long have you been using Blender? Donkey's years. Still finding the best way. Things quickly. Yeah. I know. I'm still working on it as well. Let's go to delete faces. Scale Y0. And then this is pretty much the front cabin here. Just behind the front. Oh, see, I think it actually needs to be extended some more. It's almost like here-ish. Obviously, we are just using this as a guide. Scale Z0. Scale Z0. Scale Z0. Just line that up like so. Oh, never stop learning. Yeah, I'm like buying courses now to try and get a better understanding of Blender. Because I feel that there are plenty of things that I'm missing. And so this is kind of being my opportunity to come back. What the freaking heck? Why is there 30 people? Why is there 32 people watching this vertically? That's crazy. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. If you can, please. Not to be aggressive there. But yeah, trying to hit that 100,000. And any subscriber would be a grateful subscriber. I'm grateful for the subscriber. Add, modify, generate, and we go into the mirror. And then this is kind of like our base, and then stuff comes on top. So still going through that kind of blocking phase. Have you tried Comfy UI? I want to make short videos with... I do too. I have seen... So, because there's weirdos. So, have a look into... it is called... Yeah, NVIDIA Blueprints. Because they've got a whole bunch of their models up for free. Not affiliated in NVIDIA anymore. Well, I was never really. I did do one thing for them and IBM, HP. But they've got a whole bunch of models that you can play with. Because there's weirdos. Well, I'm the weirdo as well. So yeah, have a look at those models because they've actually got like text generation in there as well. Okay, I like this, I like this, I like this. How do these wheels look? I reckon we could almost pull this out even further. If we did like a bit of an eye. I'm not the biggest fan of, whoops. That line there. I think we might need to, if I go like this, delete faces, edge loop, F. scale x0. GG. Just pull that back, and then that gives us a nice line through there. This bit I'm not too fond of, but I guess we can kind of fudge that as much as possible. Oops. Oh. GG. That there doesn't look too bad. What does our character look at? Yeah, I think that's great. He's definitely got a bit of good view there. That's looking much better. And then obviously once we start putting in the supports through here, I think that'll look a lot better. Vehicles are not my forte, but this is kind of like where I want to come in and do better things. In my day job, I do 3D engineering modeling. That is awesome. Mindset change to animation still messes me. Solid from 2D sketches. Blender is verts. Yes. I understand what you're saying. So, mud crab. I'm actually I was many moons ago, 18 or 17 years. I'm a fitter and turner by trade, so yeah. Have you used Nano Banana? No, I have not used Nano Banana. Talk about Blender courses. I recently purchased a video course. Noax. Oh, can you please send me the link for that on Discord? Please. I would be more than interested in watching that one. Okay, cool. Let's kind of keep going, getting that base model, and then from here we can continue on. You know, even if we did something like that, and then afterwards we split that off. Oops, through there, V to rip, Control LP, separate by selection. So we've got this front section, we've got the back section. The back section we can change around. Suspension, I don't know what that is going to look like. I did see in one of the, actually it was in this image. I kind of like this big get stuffed unit underneath first, and then that's what goes into the wheel hubs. So just for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all these faces and no, get stuffed, not you. Control B. And then we're just going to do something like that just to kind of get us a bit of head in the game. Grab these in here. I, E. So something like that. And then we'll do the same in here. I, E. This top bit here is a little bit too flat for my liking. I think actually a lot of it is a little bit too flat for my liking, but this is where we can come in and, you know, start expanding some of these things. So even if we were to go something like this, GX, push that out, and this is where, you know, where Spooky said, what about different module bit things on the back? So that's where we can change all these things. You know, one of them is support on, you know, repairing or so on and so forth. I am thinking though, GZ. I think something needs to happen here though. Oops. Let's grab all that. GZ. No. Something's not right with that. I think it's just the way I've modeled it. And then if I were to do Control B, I think it's this line here. It's my biggest problem. Control B. It's a weird sound. Me too, please. Find on Discord. You can find me in the Markham server. Yes. Okay, what? Yeah, so for those of you who joined us, we're still in the blocking phase. So we're not going to try and copy this word for word. We are more just trying to get an understanding of what we're going to be doing. Sent out the links. Mwah, perfect. And we're kind of just going to build from there. And then slowly we start developing our scenes. So at the moment we are under the thing. So what I was thinking is that if we had something like this, let's put an edge loop through there, V to rip, Control L, delete vertices, and then this becomes our mirror clipping, and then we grab this thing, and that was something like this and like this. Whoops. Let's go Control B, middle mouse up on that puppy, Control numpad to the minus, put that in there, and then we'll put that on there. Just want to grab that face, Shift D, and what we're going to do from here, just want to rotate, and E to extrude. That's a big suspension arm. Something like this. You have to remember, it doesn't have to be accurate. So just for now, something along those lines, just kind of like putting out that thought process and putting out those ideas. And so technically this is still riding higher than it should be, which is great, which is what we want. And then this is where we can kind of like duplicate this down. Y. Shift D, Y. There's plenty of space for our guy on the inside. And then this is where as well, we can probably grab this face, E to extrude, GZ, and then it sits up into that. Let's just get rid of some of these faces, delete faces, delete faces. Did I? Yep, don't have that on. Clipping, please. Okay. Put it to there. Is it coming along? It is. Awesome. Let's put that there and see if we can just mirror the image a little bit now. Bring this up. We put an edge loop through here. This then comes up. Yes, I think that's all right. Whoa. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So yeah, hit the subscribe button. Really helps me out. Trying to hit that 100,000. From here, delete that circle. So I think we have a nice kind of base shape now. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness, stop being a jerk. I think we've got a nice base shape. And so let's kind of go with that. Let's move that to, what have I done? Oh my goodness, Marco. You're the worst. Delete edge. Merge by distance. Yep, perfect. And then let's go GZZ. E to extrude, something like that. Let's go generate mirror modifier. Turn clipping on, GX, delete faces, and then we can go something like that. I think this down here needs to rotate around as well, but we'll probably do that with a, what's wrong with my ankle? We'll do that with a Bezier curve, because obviously we can do pipeage a lot better with that. Okay. Let's start refining some of this stuff. I do like the fact that here-ish, there is what looks like a bit of a headlight. And so we have, no, I got that wrong. It's like this. It's more of a cube. That cube sits there like a tube. We'll go E to extrude, GZ, pull that up. Nice. And then let's go here, oops, here and here, here. Control B to do a bevel. That gives us that. And then what I want, Shift S cursor selected, we will just put in a cylinder. Still kind of doing now a little bit more of a detail pass in the block, which is a great show. Do you guys have the block in the US? Clipping. And then you are my main piece. So something along those lines. If I, oh my itchy nose. Shade smooth, that's not bad. And you can see how we've got that nice border around it, perfect. So that means if we start splitting this up, let's put an edge loop through there, scale Y0. So this is my window piece. Shift D, P separate by selection. Let's come into here as well. Delete faces. Okay. Shift D, move to junk. Okay. So just in case I stuff this up a little bit too much, we can always return. W edits said hi. Hi. I like the prawn. What? How many do this? I don't know how many do this. No. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I like that. So, what's the best way? If I do this, that, and that. What does that mean? If I do a Shift D, P separate by selection, I've got these lines. What can I do with these lines? Can I convert bez? Converts curve. And then we come into here, geometry, and we bump up the geometry depth. It's not exactly what I wanted, so let's undo all that. What I will do is go here, that's an F. GG, GG. GG, let's just get rid of all these duplicate vertices. Merge by distance. And we'll go fine. F, F, and F. Do I have another one behind it? I do, which is great. So let's try maybe do a wireframe modifier. Because that gives us that. Okay, so now we've got a wireframe. What happens? Oh my goodness, my nose. What happens if we put a thickness on that? Obviously, we get rid of the centerpiece. Doesn't really work too well. Yeah, because then that becomes the wireframe, which is definitely not what we want. So maybe we work the other way. We select all this. We press I to do an inset. Oh, I know why I'm doing this. That's why. So, all right, I got to think about this now. How did I do it on the last ship? Let's go with that. Delete faces. So what we are actually building here at the moment is the faces. That's kind of like the border. Okay, so we've got that now. From here, I can go generate solidify modifier. Then we put 0. Then I can increase this. And then we have this kind of nice frame. It's not exactly what we want though. Because what I need is to pull this out a smidgen. Actually, can I go scale shift Z? Does that work? Yeah, that works fine. I think you and you. Sorry, I'll check chat in a sec. GG. Pull that in a bit. And then we'll do the same here. Just clean up that topology a smidgen. And then that gives us that nice gradual thing there. Okay, what have we got? Never thought of doing that way. Good idea. Thank you. And this morning I made details of my landing pad, made a bowl of chili, made some eggs salad, and cut up the roast beef I made from last night after it rested overnight. That's... I didn't update to my landing pad because of chili. I am not one for chili. Can you detect the windshield to make... Can you... Oh, detach the wind... Technically, yes. Yeah. So what I would do there is probably grab the inside... Oh, maybe I can do that. Would that work? Jeez. Hello. Who was that? I can't read that. Beast Mode Jelly. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're beasting along. I hope you're doing fantastic. Okay, let's go. Just want to bring that down because I can see that that's uneven. Good. That's looking better. That's looking better. Nice. It's not exactly what I'm after. But I do like this shape. I like this shape. So maybe what if we just expanded that a little bit better? Nice. I want to grab this edge here. Let's go GY. It's a fine line. Oh, what am I doing? 40. Done. Yeah, I'm really happy with this line here. I think that's great. I think this is great. We just need to kind of maybe duplicate that edge there. So I'm going to Shift D the frame. Control A. That'll give us this. From here, can I just select the outside edge? Perfect. Control I to invert my selection, delete faces. So now we've isolated that bit. I want that one. Let's now go ahead, delete them, faces. Add modifier, generate mirror modifier. Perfect. From here, if I do Alt S, that doesn't work, which is okay. If I do a solidify modifier, this will then, whoops, go the other way, mate. That gives us that edge, and let's go generate, and we'll do a small bevel. And then that's given us kind of like, yeah, that. Even thickness, perfect. Let's put a bevel on this one as well. Bevel, please. A little bit too thick, maybe 0.01. And U2, you can have like maybe 0.02. All right, that's still pretty thick. 0.002. Yes, I like that. So now we've kind of got that double frame. Perfect. Now we can see that we need to move this bit forward. Maybe here. Let's go E to extrude just for now. Put that there and we'll do an F. And then that gives us that. Nice. Does that work here? Let's just move that over just a little bit more, just to hide away what I'm hiding. Okay, that looks to me quite nice. Now, I'm not going to worry about doing the panels just yet. Lars says her name. I thought somebody was using. Ah! This is live, and I just resubscribed. Where does the person get in and get out? That is a future Marco problem. I was thinking of putting it in between this wheel here. Do I want them walking from all the way back? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But that, I think we might be going through the back. That's great, that's great, that's great. I like how this is turning out. Almost, yeah, feel definitely that we're going to have almost like a plate here-ish. Defensive plate. Come on, rotate. Oh, jeez. Something like that. GY. Oh my goodness, you fat fingers. Settle down, mate. Select all, merge by distance. Cool. Yeah, I like that idea. So that's not bad. And yeah, so I think this is going to be great when we start chopping it up. I almost feel that we could pull this out. Maybe even pull that out. And then that gives us a bit of a bulge. In here, we got plenty of room for some paneling. I think it's coming to go. Are you going to put a car rig on it? Maybe. I haven't done too many cars. Mainly because I suck at it. I did try doing it with, what's his name? I don't think it's not that. Filmin 86? Hang on. I did try it with, oh yeah, I was right. With @Filmin 86. But it didn't work as well as I hoped. Hey, Twitch people. There's 5 of you there. Nice. But I reckon I might try it. Because I have played with the car rig once before. Because I needed to make a tutorial on something. And it did make sense on how to do it. The problem with BeamNG is like a beast. Just so complex. A car is just a spacecraft with wheels. And it hugs the ground. Nice. So let's kind of go. Let's clean some of this up now. Just wanna. Oops, GG. We got a nice line happening through there. Ooh. Hey, somebody else just subscribed. Hang on, let's check that out. Ooh, doth cometh. McChim. I don't know how that goes. It's called Rigger Car? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there's a free add-on for it. Okay, that is a little bit wonky. But definitely I think, yeah, we'll put a slot in here. Like that looks great. That line there, that separates this. Then this will connect in under here. I made brisket since the 4th of July. Oh man, I can go for a brisket. I'm at that age now, I'm like, do I buy a smoker? Ugh. I need some kangaroos. Yeah, I wonder what kangaroos are like smoked. Interesting. I don't think you... Challenge accepted. But yeah, one thing as well, I think this seems like a bit of a single-seater, where at the moment we're going for a double-seater. Okay, come on, Marco, focus. Let's start chopping this up a smidgen. So what I'm going to do is Shift-D to duplicate our body, move to junk. So now I've got a copy of this. Let's go the standard way. Add Shift-D, add modifier, generate solidify modifier, 0. There we go. Something like that. We go into edit mode. We do Control B to do a bevel and delete faces. Let's grab the back bit there and we'll just go H. And so now let's just kind of like chop this up. Is it a little bit too early to be chopping up? Maybe. Am I okay with that? Sure, why not? That needs to be fixed up. Far out. I'm just going to delete that one and we'll come back to it in a sec. I just noticed that this is absolutely disgusting. GG. Something like that. Good. Just want to clear these lines. There we go. Something like that. Is there anything else that we need to clean? Yes, we're going to clean these. 1, 2, skidoo. Got a chicken burger right about now. Great. Not too thrilled about these lines here. But what we will do is just quickly do some paneling. And then we might come back and fix that up afterwards. Now, how does that look? Looks a lot cleaner. This, though, these pieces here. Oops, not you. GY, pull that back. Now, GY, pull that back. And then we go box select, scale, Y, 0 to make that flat. Sent you a smoked roux and Discord. Oh my goodness. Do I dare? Fine. I reckon his name's Dale. Dale? Hey! Does McDonald's in Australia serve kangaroo burgers? No. However, I can go to the local supermarket and buy them. So kangaroo burgers, which are absolutely delish. The meat on a kangaroo is very, what would you call it? I don't know. But you need to eat kangaroo with a, with like a plum sauce or something, like a sweet sauce. Yeah. Let's now we can Shift D that. Add modifier, generate solidify modifier. I think we've spoken about that previously. Then we click on this. Now I can come here, select that, Control B, delete faces. And then let's come in. Hide? Nope. I want the other one. Ooh. Okay, you. Hide. There we go. Now let's start chopping this up a little bit. So to me, that is a little bit too strong there. Control Shift B. What will happen? Not that. So I'm not going to make a cut there. I reckon we'll make a cut here. What's going on? What the heck? Oh, you idiot. There we go. Now we can do a Control B, delete face. I don't want to do that cut. I want to do this cut. Control B, delete face. GG. Merge by distance. I like that. I like that. I feel that we should almost put an edge loop through here. Control B, delete face. And now we've kind of like started portioning off some of those pieces. And then in here, maybe in here is where we start putting in the light. Rules great eating, but you need to be careful cooking it. Yes, it doesn't have the same fat content as other meats, but yeah, it is delish. I will need to come to Oz one day. I'm going to try kangaroo. One of those witchetty grubs. I haven't had one of those witchetty grubs. I don't know about them. I know what you're talking about, but yeah, no, I'm fine. What the? Oh, how do I get out of this? Control space? There we go. Control B, delete face. There we go. So we now have a bit of paneling. I don't know how I feel about that. It just seems too stiff. I reckon. You know what I mean? It seems like the top bit here is too stiff. We haven't really touched it. But I think what it needs is maybe let's go Shift D, P separate by selection. So now I've just got this top plate. Let's grab that. GG. GG. Something like that. Let's go add modifier, generate solidify modifier. We'll make that 0.1 in thickness. Put an edge loop through there. GG. We haven't done any of them. So to me that seems a little bit better. And now we can start putting more pieces on top. Shut up, Night Girl. So let's bring it back. I think that works really well. Maybe we even just go I to do an inset. Nope, as one piece, please. Shift D F, and then that gives us that. And then we do the same on this piece here. Shift D, P separate by selection. That one there. And then what we can do is something like that. Let's put an edge loop through there, edge loop through there. GG. Let's grab this, Control B, do a bevel. GG. Select all that, merge by distance. GG. That is looking good. And then from here, GG. Something like that. So I'm going to grab that edge, Control I, delete faces, and then stop it. I want that piece and this piece, Control J to join. And so now that's kind of given us a little bit of extra pizzazzle, I guess. Still, I feel like there should be more. Maybe reference images. I agree. But like using these images is more as a guide, or as more of an inspiration. So I'm not trying to make it one for one, because at the end of the day, I think this is just a one-seater, where this one here, we're making it two-seater. So yeah. Thank you for whoever gave me the love hearts over there on the short stream. Blended with Perfect, welcome. If you're new to the channel, hey, consider subscribing. I don't have the number count up, but we're trying to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. I think there's a fat chance, but we're striving on. I like that. I like that. That is working really well now. And so what I was thinking would probably bring this to life. If I do a Shift D, P, separate by selection. Let's grab our windshield. No, I don't want the dude. I don't want that one. I want that one. I want that one. If I go GG. Nope. Split that up. Delete vertices. Only go GG. Let's go GG. 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 Okay. So we've got these pieces. Let's go E to extrude. See how much I can do this. I'm not going to spend too much time on this bit, because at the end of the day, the windshield could still change. Let's go scale X0. Select all, merge by distance. GG. GG. And then we're going to go E to extrude. Scale. Something like that. Grab all these. Ah! That was rather loud. Let's go I to do an inset. Delete faces. So now what we're kind of doing is creating some windshield wipers, is what I was thinking. Because obviously at the end of the day, if we're in the desert and we're just trying to, I'm just, not putting a lot of effort into this. This is more of just trying to break up the shapes and see what it looks like. Windshield wiper it's got to have two things. Images. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I was close. I was thinking. Kinda. Doesn't. Hang on. How's a windshield wiper work? Why does it stay flat? Oh, because it can't twist. Idiot. Okay. Sorry. Doesn't twist. Ah, idiot. Yeah. That makes sense. Because it stays like that, it's not moving vertically. I know what I'm doing. It makes sense in the brain. I don't want that. So we are going to go something like this. Oh my goodness, Marco, you're losing the plot. What little plot you had? You're losing. Yes. So we're going to go something like that. GX, GY. Okay. That is not going to work. Because what... Sorry, now I'm trying to think about the mechanical thing. Is that what I want? I don't want the windshield wipers to go like this. I'm thinking of them kind of, although this piece is rotating, the windshield wiper to be straight. So for that to happen, you would almost need like a part like that branches off into two, that has that piston to go. Oh, why are you overcomplicating this, dude? Just put it up here. Marco, just think about it later. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. And then I'm just going to go, because if it goes here, for instance, no, because it would rotate that way. All right, yeah, okay, that's fine. So if it goes here, okay, let's put that there. It's all right. Okay, I think I've come back. I've come back to life. It's going to be interesting how am I going to texture that, but that sounds like a... Wait. Shift S, cursor to select... Shift S, Control A, right click, set origin to geometry. Let's line that back up. 50 degrees. 52 degrees. Control like that. Rotate 52 to the minus. And the reason why I've done that is because now we can... What does this look like? Hey, you. Put you down. And then we could, just thinking what's the best way to kind of maybe connect that up. Let's do Control B to do a bevel. We'll put an edge loop through here. Starting to go through a little bit of the micro details. Which Marco you shouldn't be, but you're a donkey. Put it up here. And then let's go Shift S, cursor to selected. Actually, maybe I'll just do this. E to extrude. Oops. Okay, GG. Oh, go suck a lemon. GG. E. E. GG. C. C. And then this is where this can connect. I don't know. I'm making stuff up as I go. Go here, here, G, G, G. And then we can expand on these. It's really weird. Let's go into medium point. Grab the back pieces here. Sorry, I know I need to look at chat. And then what that'll give us, if I go that, Control J, that'll now give us rotate ZZ. Meep, meep, meep. Oh, wait. Does it? Yes, it does. It works. I discovered windscreen wipers. Mirror off that object. So, meep to meep. Oh, that sucks. Oh, wait. Unless. No, because I can't do an array. Because. Yeah, because that'll work. So if I go rotate Z, and then we've got the other one over on the left, and that's pointing to the left. Would it be more like this? And it, oops, and then whatevs. Mirror. It was kind of more like, yeah, first time I've seen someone have OCD over wipers. Put a suggestion for the wiper in the voice chat. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Don't be suspicious. Let's have a look. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, screw you, Terry. That makes a lot of sense. So, GYY, what Terry is saying is that we do rotate ZZ, is we do that. If I shorten them, where's the dude's eyes? They're right there. Dude, I'm still blocking. So that just does that. Where what I was thinking is if we've got, it gives us this. But then if kind of like one, if they both go to the left and both go to the right, that gives us more range, if you know what I mean. But then where do they sit while they're waiting? I don't know! Can you rotation? Yeah, I can. So the way I'm doing it at the moment is if I go rotate, ZZ, so I'm rotating on the Z location. And that's why I just did before, made sure the origin point was at 55 degrees and not the mesh, if that makes sense. If they're weaving at the same time, they don't cross swords. Yes, so that's... yeah, so that was the idea, but I can't do it with a mirror modifier. It's kind of like I got to do an offset. Copy rotation. Anyway, future market problem. Let's kind of continue on with this thing. Okay, what do we got? So let's do an Alt-H to unhide. What I might do is do some of my favorite things. So let's go like this. Control-B to do a bevel. GG. And we just to kind of like expand some of those slots. This bit here. That I don't like. Oh no, that... I don't like that that's being overrun there a little bit. Can I just want to raise this up. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so that's fine there. Yeah, much better. Oh, Stream needs to change his name to creating windshield wipers. Blender not fast. Could you make the blade stay vertically somehow? Yeah, so FX, that's what I was trying to work out. Dinesh, welcome. And I spent a little bit too long on these stupid windshield wipers. Fuck. Let's not talk about the windshield wipers. Let's go Control B. And we'll go GG. Just kind of like adding in that. Control S to save. What I actually might do is I might just jump into the other blend file, quickly grab out the texture from the building. Oh no! Don't tell me it's ploppers. I think this has got everything in it. The stream started off well with Blender crashing constantly, so that was great. Well beyond the blocking phase. No, that's the annoying thing. We're not. Sing and dance, welcome. We're not past the blocking phase. I barely started the blocking phase. I want this piece here. So we built this on stream a couple of weeks ago. You can go download this one on Patreon. Control C, go away, don't save. Go over here. Control V. G, Shift Z, Shift Z. So what I'm just going to do is quickly just use DreamUV. Oh, where are you? Where art thou, DreamUV? There we go. Object on that one. What that one? Let's just go into cycles. GPU 32. You become 128. Let's go into world settings. Color becomes sky. So if we have a look, what are we looking at? I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Week, everyone spam his Discord, reference images of pictures of windshield wipers. Screw you guys. It's going to plague me now. I'm going to be at work in my day job going, windshield wipers, how would they work vertically? And then, then you guys are going to be sending me stuff, and then I'm going to be thinking about these pictures here, which I actually want to come back to. These ones here. I think about these pictures so much. It's really frustrating. I really want to make this kind of like complex, like door opening and closing. Oof. Anyway. Don't be delicious. Why is this being a jerk? Blender? Oh, I broke Blender. Oh, your mum broke Blender. It's alright. I saved beforehand. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I get stuck on the detail and have an internal clock when I've simply spent too much time. Yep. You're going to die working on this. You're going to die. Gosh. Please tell me I... Yep, sweet. Slight heart attack there for a moment. Sky texture. I just want to make sure why. Full screen. Why is it being a jerk? Far out. I really broke Blender so well. What images are you updating? What am I broken? DreamUV. But then if I go into solid mode, it's going to break. I know what I did. Tried to install some libraries. And I think it tried to install Python 3.10 library, but we're on 3.12 or something. I think that's what the problem is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go File, External, Pack Resources. 157 files. External data, unpack, current. Okay, so it's no longer in the Blender file. Okay, we're fine. Save. 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 Cycles. This is all fine. Please don't be a jerk. 4 ouch. I broke Python. You know, I'm just going to give it a sec. Just going to give it a sec. Oh my goodness! My wife just sent me a message, go, shh. Okay, all right. Okay, we're fine. We're cool? Just give it a sec. Was that Elmo? Oh, jeez. Someone just subscribed. Who was that? Kamiko. Welcome to the stream. Reinstall everything. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Okay. Let's click on this. Let Blender crash. When I'm going back now into solid mode. I should have turned it on windscreen wipers now. Okay, all right, okay. Let's try this again. We're going to open up this one, but then I'm also going to open up another blend file. I blame AI for all this. I blame AI. So wreck my Python library. So I'm going to grab everything. I'm going to grab everything here. Control C. And then we'll just jump into another blend file. Control V. Okay. Okay. Let's click on this. Sky. Let's jump into cycles. GPU 32. Edit preferences. Vulkan. OpenGL. I don't know. I'm now just shooting to the wind. Go away. I have to reinstall Blender. With your permission, engineer, if I want to create a high detail model, should I use Boolean or non-Boolean, even though I will lose the solid topology? Is there a way to use Boolean? Go hard ups all the way. That'll help quite a bit. But you do have the bool tool that you can use. I do have a video on that. Have you heard of the tale of the daft windshield wiper the wet? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Whoops. I don't want to see my character right now. Windows, console. Aha! There we go. That's what it is. You suck. So, what the problem is true terrain. Where's that coming from? Okay. Control C. Blender 4.4. I think I'm okay with. So yeah, what I was trying to do is use AI to generate images, and that's kind of now screwed over my Python library. Control V. There we go. Please tell me I've got DreamUV installed in here. There it is. Edit preferences. Install from disk. Dream? There it is. Aha! Oh. What? Dream? It is enabled. Ah. Okay. Full range of emotions. Uninstall. Thank you. Now we go install. Downloads. Dream. Install from disk. Hang on. Let me just try this now. If I go into cycles, GPU 32, and we go into Sky now. Loading render kernels may take some time. Okay, just give it a sec. Oh my goodness. What the heck? .3 version 4. Yeah, I've got like 5 or 6. Yeah. One of them is because obviously like StarFab. Then there was one of the Omniverse add-ons. And there's like 2 or 3 other add-ons that have to go back and have a look. GG. Thanks, dear. Alright, this is a feature market problem. I wonder if it's because driver issue. I wonder. Anyway, we'll continue on this. This is making me hold my breath. Alright, let's kind of just continue on with this. Okay, full screen. I like that. That's looking great. Delete. So this is all looking well. I really like that. I like this support structure here. We probably need to create something that has some panels to gain access to. I wonder what's down here. Because I'm thinking that this should be something like this. Okay, whoops. Let's go here, here. Okay. Can you snap to that? Okay. AC. Oh my goodness, Marco. You are not having a fun time. No, I'm not. AC. Enter. And then that allows me to go here. Delete faces. And then we kind of like have that. So this is now a problem. Because what do we do here? We can't have that sitting there. Unless we do this. So let's grab these sections, scale X, GX, and we'll move them to the side. And then what we can do with these pieces, maybe we move them over a little bit more to about there. And then, yeah, that'll allow me to now do this. Select these pieces, delete faces. And then that gives us an opening on the inside there. And it makes it look like that there's plenty of space. I think maybe we just leave this section open where they can walk through. They're just hunched over as they kind of go through. I do like the idea of probably having a door here on the side, but I'm not seeing it too feasible at the moment. Let's create something in here. There is, what is the add-on for making circles in squares? It's like relax or something. Ah, jeez, I can't remember that one. Okay, we'll come back to that. This bit in here, we could probably go ahead and start adding some details through here. So if I select that, Control B, that'll give us some stuff through there. Here we can go ahead and maybe put an edge loop. Grab that top section, GY, and pull it out. Oops. GX. And then we've got kind of like this inner lip. Beautiful. This is making me I'm like this all the time. Use blur. It's not an excuse, it's a feature. Exactly. Loop tool. Is it loop tool? Edit preferences. Loop. I hate you. Get extension. Loop. Loop tools. Install. And then from memory, if I went plane, G, we went subdivide, subdivide, subdivide. Control numpad plus. Control E. Nope. Loop. It's like circle. Control E. How do you get to loop tools? Loop tools should be in category in edit mode. Right click. Far out. Circle. There we go. So that's how we can make circles. I knew it existed. Okay, cool. So that gives us that. Back up Blender, right click. On your right. I know. Okay. Why do I want that now? Because I kind of wanted to put in almost like a circle in here. And right click, loop tools, circle. Scale. E to extrude along the y-axis. Ah, that's ugly. Nope, don't do that. That was never going to work. I got to think about that, how I'm going to do that. Okay, Marco, come on, just do something, dude. That looks nice. That looks nice. I like this section in here. Maybe what we can do is that this panel here is removable. Oh, actually, that might work. Control B. Delete faces. And then we can go shift right click. Let's go into a cylinder. Rotate Y. Something like this. Period key. Scale on the x-axis. It's nice. Let's go I to do an inset E, I, E. A little bit of, I want to see this rendered. It's a little bit loud. One inspiring us, welcome. Maha, welcome. Age is just a number. Or is that just Mars? Nah, it's just AI generated. I really like how this is looking though. Shade smooth. Do the same here. Shade smooth. And then so this bit in here I think is going to become very important. As soon as we start adding in details and such, I think that's when this section here is going to pop. So let's go ahead and maybe cut some panels out. We'll do here, here, here. Control B, delete faces. Something like, oops, put an edge loop through there. Nice. Control L, delete vertex, delete face. Something along these lines. And then if we do E to do an extrude, this way here, let's go GG. C. And then we can put an edge loop through there. Control B. Middle mouse. Like that. Awesome. Let's grab these panels. Control L. And then we can move them back into place. Scale them in a little bit. GY. It's not bad. We're going to have a weaponry on the vehicle. I don't know. Yeah. Well, yeah. Mid-Journey generated it. I'm like, Cloud of Prince, welcome. Lewis, welcome. Yeah, mate. Yes, the wipers. Leave the wipers alone. Leave the wipers out of this. Okay, let's now blitz through this. And so, yeah, see, this is some of the stuff that I was thinking about. Like even as I was already building it, I was thinking of kind of like throwing these parts on underneath. This one here, body. Yeah, I was initially thinking about putting some body parts under there. Covers. Here we go. No, not covers. Engines. Don't need engines. Greebles plating. Some of these. Yes, here we go. You. No. You. Make sure that's in the middle. X-axis. Oh, floppers. Oof, look at that. Delicious. And then slap you on, rotate ZZ. There, awesome. And then we're going to have some pipage, pipes. These pipes will come along here. Rotate ZZ 90. Scale. Just kind of dump them in there. That's cool. GZ. Awesome. And then that's kind of like the idea of putting in the greebles to fill in all those spaces. How is it possible to stand for long hours? I don't know. I only do it like once a week. My legs are killing me. But thank you, Scifi, for your concern. I really should be doing it more often. Probably once I come back from leave. You know what? I reckon. Oh no, I've got that freelancing gig. I can't. Start of next year. I'm going to try and do like a month of just streaming every night and just see what happens. Okay, great. Ramps, pods. This is where we can start throwing in all our little pieces as well in through here. Ooh, actually that's a nice one. But obviously we can't see what it looks like rendered because stupid Blender's having a heart attack. Stupid cheeseburgers. Yeah. So I'm gonna call it a night there. It's 11:30, 2 hours, and Blender. I can't render. I need to fix this. This is actually a really big problem. Oh, actually, no. I have an idea. Troubleshooting. Going back into IT. Level 1 support. What's your problem? Nah, you're an idiot. Restart your computer. Well, I can't restart my computer because I'm streaming. What if we just went into cycles, GPU, 32. What if? Don't save it. That works. That works? Okay. What's not working? Okay. No. Okay. Something is wrong with this car. I think it's DreamUV. Okay, go away. Let's do everything but that. Not you, not you. You. Control C. Control V. $32. But there's no materials on the car. There's no materials. Why are you struggling to render? Hang on. Then we won't go down that path. Yeah, I used to be a fitter and turner, so I was always standing as well. But that's like 18 years ago. So it'll render the default cube, but it won't render. Why? This is so bizarre. Maybe it's the wipers. Screw it. Did I just have to wait? Freaking heck. I updated my drivers and I haven't been in Blender since. That's what I think it must have been. It's the first time. It's got to be that. Has to be that. I'm just impatient. That's what I'm getting out of this, is I'm just impatient. I hate every second of that. I'm fuming. I'm raging on the inside. I'm raging on the inside. It's so bad. Anyway, let's just DreamUV all this now. Right. Anyway, okay, let's continue on. Face orientation. Fix this up. Shift N. Shift N. Shift N. Okay, just fixing up all these normals. What? Why is that wrong way? Shift N. Nice. Something in there as well. Ah, yeah, that's fine. Let's quickly go ahead and go minus on you. New material. You are going to be glass. I have glass. I'm feeling a bit parched. Delete. I haven't seen any NVIDIA updates. Maybe they're testing in Australia first. Let's go glass into there, and then we throw on a mix shader. Transparent. Transparent. Whew. Make my blood boil. Let's go back into layout. And then that's what we've got. Which I think is okay. Black. Let's go like this. And then roughness all the way up. It's got to be longer, doesn't it? I think that's what it is. I think that these bits here need to come back. Crud. And that means that this can come back. Someone just subscribed. Who doth beat it? Else, welcome to the stream. I'm interested to find how you're going to do the tread. Ah, okay. So, how I was going to do the tread is, I don't know. No, the way tread is meant to be done is, let's just move this off to the side for now. And we go something like this. That's a wide tire, so we'll scale that in. We do this, E to extrude, scale X. Shift N, flip the normals. And the way it's meant to be, from memory, I haven't done this for a while, so bear with me. We do this. Just thinking what's going to be the best way. because I still kind of want that square. It just makes life a little bit easier if it's square. Let's go. Let's put edge loop through there. V to rip. Control L delete vertices. What I'll do now is I'm just going to quickly go, right, oh, these are our treads. Look, like this. But obviously we know that this bit here would get destroyed instantly. So we'll kind of just mangle that like so. I think the way I've done it, because I haven't done treads in forever, is we have this. Shift S cursor selected. Then we have a curve. Rotate Y 90. 2 meters. 2 meters? 2 meters. From here, this piece, add modify, generate array. The array goes, we'll rotate that around. Control A, apply rotation. I hate you so much. Control A. Rotate 90. So we have that. No. Actually, fit curve length, which is this curve. Then we have add modify, generate curve. And then we select the curve. We need to go with this, Alt G. Alt G. Hate you. Why you like that? Alt R. Alt R. Now Control A, apply rotation. There we go. We got there in the end. But that is kind of how you do it. Now, obviously, we can see here that this here is the starting point. I need to grab the Bezier curve. And then here, I can expand it. Just so it's like pretty much there. And so that now, we've done our curve. We've done our tire. So if I go scale on the Y, we can see that we've made it thinner. And all I have to do now is just edit this one little bit. And then it's kind of like gone all the way around. I had to remember to do that. I haven't done that ever. GZ. And then once you're done, we could just probably go Control A, Control A. GY, GX, delete, like so. And this is going to be one of the problems. It's going to be super dense. If I go merge by distance, will that work? Yep, few vertices removed. Whoops. Whoops. E to extrude, scale, Shift X. And then we kind of have that. E to extrude, scale, Shift X, scale X, and then we can come in, make our hub. Cage. 2 meters tomato. Make 3D part array around cell. Yep. Radial array? No. What? But don't you have to do that off a... you have to do it off an empty, don't you? You can do it that way. But a radial array won't connect the ends together. Yeah, the radial array won't connect the ends. We're doing it with a curve. So all these points here have joined up. Where on a radial array, they could be wherever. Could use that normal map and bake it low poly. Yep, perfect. But that's kind of like how you do a tire. Obviously, you can see that I've fluffed it pretty quick. Yeah. Oh, okay. And the other thing is we can see how we've got these lines and how botchy that looks. That is because if I go back into the curve and add in another circle, where are you? We can see the lines in the curve. So what we'd actually have to do is come into the Bezier settings and update the resolution there. That's it. Will work if you are accurate. Yeah. The inner tire should be one part and the outer tread should be different. Yeah, like there's multiple ways of doing it. Instead of the ray, can you just do a mean use Maya? Ugh! How dare you? Carlos, Color Sponge still makes best CG tires. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I suck at it. What add-on are you using there? No add-ons. Bring the parts in separately. I had this issue yesterday. So yeah, all right. Let's call it a night. I'm cooked. Tired. I'm tired. Some to you. Maybe it's different. I don't know what tutorials to make anymore. I don't know. I don't know what tutorials to make. That's my existential crisis. Anyway. Tomorrow's another day, and we will continue on, and I'll keep working on this maybe throughout the week. We'll probably continue this on next week's live stream as well, so I won't go too much into details, but I'm really happy with the progress that we made, especially these windscreen wipers. They look so cool, don't they? CC5. What do you want to see in CC5? That's the stream. I don't know. I was playing around with like the thing with the body. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I just don't know. Tutorial on learning the stuff you've been putting off. But that's the thing, like, I don't know. I don't know. Best Wipers Award. I mean, look, but they look schmick though, don't they? Meep, whoop, meep, whoop, meep, whoop, meep, whoop. See how good these wipers are? Meep, whoop, meep, whoop, meep, whoop. Oh gosh. I'm done. All right. I'll see you guys next week. Yes, I will see you guys next week. We'll talk